Is your body slowing down? It might not be age. It might be a simple deficiency. If your erections aren't as strong as they used to be, if your energy feels drained and you find yourself withdrawing from intimacy, not by choice, but because your body isn't responding, then listen closely. This may not be about aging. It could be something far more manageable, something your body is quietly begging for. I'm Dr. Hassan, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience, helping men over 60 reclaim the energy, vitality, and sexual confidence they thought was gone forever. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. Many older men don't lack desire. They lack circulation, stamina, and hormone support. And in many cases, the solution doesn't begin at a pharmacy. It begins in your kitchen. Today, I'll show you the 3 key vitamins every man over 60 should be taking, and how they can help restore natural erections, increase testosterone, and bring your energy back to life. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll also share the biggest mistake men make when taking these vitamins, and how you can avoid it starting tonight. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more vital health tips designed specifically for men over 60. If this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, and let me know how I can make this content more helpful to you. Vitamin number 1, vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. This is the first and most overlooked key to restoring blood flow and natural erections in men over 60. When you're younger, your body produces vitamin D effortlessly, especially with time in the sun. But as you age, those levels drop. And with it, so does your circulation, energy, and performance. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin, but for men over 60, it could just be the foundation for reclaiming strength and confidence. Let me explain. I'll never forget one patient, Paul, 67, sharp, thoughtful, but clearly frustrated. Doc, he told me, I still want to be close to my wife, but my body just won't cooperate. I've heard this story hundreds of times, and in most cases, the missing piece isn't a miracle drug. It's vitamin D. Vitamin D helps your blood vessels relax and open up, allowing oxygen-rich blood to flow where your body needs it most, including the areas that define your masculinity. When you're low on vitamin D, your body produces less nitric oxide, a molecule crucial for blood flow and sexual performance. The result? Low energy, poor circulation, and difficulty with intimacy. And the numbers are staggering. Over 40% of older adults are vitamin D deficient, even men who eat well and stay active. The fix? 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning, more salmon, tuna, or fortified dairy, a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement. The results can be dramatic. I've seen men go from struggling with daily fatigue to reconnecting with their partners and regaining physical confidence, sometimes in just weeks. But vitamin D is only part of the picture. Even with improved blood flow, you still need energy, the kind that powers you through your day and into the bedroom. That's where our second vitamin comes in. Vitamin number 2, vitamin B12, the energy generator. A few years ago, I met Robert, 72, a retired firefighter and proud grandfather. But underneath his strong exterior, he looked exhausted. Doc, he said, I sleep 8 hours, I eat right, but I'm still dragging. My brain's foggy, my body's tired, and when it's time to be close to my wife, I just don't have it in me. What Robert described is incredibly common and easily missed. He was suffering from a vitamin B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12 is essential for energy production. Without it, your body can't convert food into usable fuel, no matter how well you eat or how long you sleep. It also plays a critical role in producing red blood cells, which deliver oxygen to your muscles, brain, and yes, your sexual organs. When B12 is low, everything slows down. Your stamina fades, your mental clarity dulls, and you start feeling disconnected from the very things that used to excite you. And here's the catch: as you age, your ability to absorb B12 from food declines. Even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, it might not be enough. That's why so many older men feel tired, weak, or mentally foggy, even when all their basic health markers look fine on paper. The solution can be surprisingly simple. Increasing B12 through quality supplementation, or in some cases, doctor administered injections, can dramatically restore mental clarity, physical stamina, and that sense of being awake again. I've seen men go from dozing off in the afternoon to hiking, laughing, and being fully present with their loved ones, all from correcting a deficiency they never knew they had. But energy isn't the whole picture. Your body also needs protection, something that strengthens blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and supports the very hormones that define masculinity. That's where the third vitamin comes in. It's often called the fertility vitamin, but its impact reaches far beyond reproduction. In fact, without it, your testosterone and circulation may already be slipping. Let's take a closer look. Vitamin E. 3. Vitamin E, the fertility defender. I remember speaking with James, a 70-year-old retired pilot who came to my clinic feeling frustrated and confused. He told me, "Doc, I eat well, I exercise, I'm doing everything right. But lately, I feel off. My drive's down, I'm not bouncing back the way I used to. And honestly, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That hit me hard because James wasn't lazy or careless. He was disciplined, proud, and committed to his health. But he was missing something that even most doctors rarely talk about: vitamin E. Vitamin E isn't just a fertility aid or a skin supplement. It's a powerhouse when it comes to male health, especially over 60. This vitamin is a natural antioxidant, meaning it fights off oxidative stress and inflammation that silently damage your blood vessels, hormones, and reproductive organs as you age. When inflammation builds up, blood flow weakens, testosterone dips, and energy crashes. It's not instant, but it's constant. And without realizing it, men like James begin to lose their edge. What makes vitamin E so important is its ability to keep your blood vessels flexible and your circulation strong. Erections aren't just about arousal, they're about blood flow. And when blood can't reach where it needs to go, performance suffers. But that's not all. Vitamin E also helps your body produce testosterone more efficiently. And after 60, that's more critical than ever. Low testosterone doesn't just affect the bedroom, it affects your mood, motivation, and sense of purpose. The good news is, restoring vitamin E is easy and natural. Almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, and leafy greens like spinach or Swiss chard are great sources. Or, if needed, a high quality natural vitamin E supplement can help fill in the gaps. I've seen men like James come back months later with a smile, feeling sharper, stronger, and more connected to life again. Now, you might be wondering, what happens when you combine these three vitamins? Is there a way they work together to amplify results? The answer is yes. In fact, When used correctly, these nutrients can create a ripple effect that transforms not just your energy or erections, but your entire experience of aging. Let's explore how. 4. Why these three vitamins work better together. Why these three vitamins work better together. Years ago, I had a patient named Walter. He was 68, a retired high school coach who had always prided himself on staying active and sharp. He'd been taking vitamin D for a while, then added B12 after feeling tired, and later started including vitamin E when I explained its role in testosterone. But it wasn't until he started taking all three consistently and in the right amounts that something clicked. I remember him coming into my office one afternoon, grinning ear to ear and saying, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a new engine." That's the power of synergy. These vitamins don't just work independently, they support and amplify each other. Vitamin D improves circulation by boosting nitric oxide. Vitamin B12 increases red blood cell production, helping oxygen travel through that improved circulation. Vitamin E protects and nourishes the blood vessels that carry it all, while also helping regulate the testosterone that fuels your energy and drive. Alone, they each play a role, but together they create what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, and hormonal support, working in harmony. This is especially important as you age, because your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Nutrient absorption slows down, inflammation builds, recovery takes longer, and one missing piece can throw everything off. But when you bring these three together in balance, your body starts to remember how it used to feel. You may find yourself waking up more rested, feeling clearer in your thoughts, responding faster when it counts, not just physically, but emotionally too. A sense of confidence returns, and that's something no prescription can manufacture. Walter wasn't an exception. I've seen the same transformation in countless men who take these nutrients seriously and build them into their daily routine. But here's the thing: most men never see these benefits. Why? Because they're unknowingly making a common mistake that cancels out the very progress they're trying to make. And if you're not careful, you might be doing it too. Let's talk about what that mistake is and how to fix it. 5. The number one mistake most men make. The number one mistake most men make one morning. A man named Gerald walked into my office holding a plastic grocery bag full of supplements. He was 74, thoughtful, well read, and clearly trying his best to take control of his health. He spread out the bottles on my desk and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and honestly, nothing's improving down there." I could hear the disappointment in his voice, and I've heard it far too many times before. The biggest mistake men make, especially over 60, is assuming that just taking supplements is enough. They buy cheap synthetic versions from discount stores or online, thinking all vitamins are the same, but they're not. The form, quality, and dosage of a vitamin determine whether your body actually absorbs and uses it, or just flushes it away. Take vitamin B12, for example. Most generic brands use a form called cyanocobalamin, which many older men can't properly convert. What you want instead is methylcobalamin, the active form your body can actually use. The same goes for vitamin D. D2 is cheaper but far less effective than D3. And with vitamin E, synthetic forms can lack the full spectrum your body needs to support testosterone and circulation. Another mistake? Inconsistency. Taking a vitamin once or twice a week when you remember isn't going to create lasting change. Your body thrives on rhythm. It needs steady support to rebuild energy, restore blood flow, and balance hormones. This is about creating a daily foundation, not chasing a quick fix. When Gerald made the switch to higher quality forms and began taking them consistently, the difference was dramatic. Within a month, he told me he was sleeping better, waking up more energized, and, his words, feeling like a man again. That change didn't come from trying harder, it came from doing it right. Now that you know what works and what to avoid, the next step is putting it all together. You might be wondering, how do I actually make this part of my day without it becoming complicated? That's exactly what we'll cover next. 6. Your daily vitality routine. Your daily vitality routine. When I work with older men, one of the first things they ask me, often with a mix of hope and hesitation, is, Doc, just tell me what to do each day. I don't need complicated. I just need something that works. A simple routine that changed everything. That's a question I truly respect. Because at this stage of life, most men aren't looking for gimmicks or fads. They want consistency, simplicity, a plan they can follow to feel strong again. Let me tell you about Frank, a 66-year-old former carpenter who came to me after struggling for months with low energy, poor sleep, and fading confidence in the bedroom. We didn't flip his life upside down. We built a simple but powerful routine based on the very vitamins we've been talking about. And it changed everything. Each morning, Frank began his day with a full glass of water and a vitamin B12 supplement, taken alongside a protein rich breakfast. After that, he'd go for a short 15-minute walk outside to help his body produce natural vitamin D. On cloudy days or during winter, he took a high quality D3 supplement with his first meal. For vitamin E, a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds and a drizzle of olive oil over his lunchtime salad did the trick. That's it. No extremes, just consistent, deliberate choices. Within a few weeks, Frank had more energy to play with his grandkids, more interest in being close to his wife, and a renewed confidence he hadn't felt in years. He wasn't trying to feel young again. He was becoming a stronger, more grounded version of himself. The power of routine. You don't need a dozen pills or a complicated program. What you need is rhythm, the right nutrients in the right forms, deliver with intention every day. It's about saying to yourself, I'm still in control of my health, because you are. Conclusion. A message every man over 60 needs to hear. If you've made it this far, I want to speak to you not just as a doctor, but as someone who's spent over 30 years sitting across from men just like you. Men who've worked hard, raised families, built legacies, and now find themselves asking, why doesn't my body feel like it used to? That question isn't weakness, it's strength. It means you're still in the fight, still searching for the energy, connection, and purpose that make life rich and meaningful. We've talked about 3 powerful vitamins: vitamin D, the circulation spark plug that restores blood flow; vitamin B12, the energy generator that powers your brain, muscles, and stamina; vitamin E, the fertility defender that supports testosterone, heart health, and vitality. But knowing them isn't the answer. Building them into your life is. These nutrients don't just support your body, they support your identity, your confidence, your ability to wake up and feel like yourself again. And I've seen it happen. Too many times to doubt it. Men who thought their best days were behind them discovered a second wind, and it changed everything. So, what now? That part's up to you. You can take what you've learned today and let it sit, or you can act on it. You can give your body what it's been quietly asking for. You can say yes to your health, yes to your future. Because here's what I know without question: it is not too late, not even close. You still have time to feel stronger, to reconnect, to become the man you know you are, fully, boldly, without apology. You've already taken the first step by being here. Now, it's time to take the next one. Final request: if this message spoke to you, helped you, or gave you something to think about, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button so we know this content is reaching the right men. Share it with a friend, brother, or anyone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment, tell me what resonated, or suggest a topic you'd like to hear more about. And if you'd like to support this channel and help us continue creating content for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every bit helps us reach more men who need this message. You're not just watching, you're part of a movement. And I'm honored to have you here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.